Stepmom demanded I pay $800 rent, so I evicted her, her two freeloader kids, and took back the $1.2 million house my grandparents secretly left me. I was 14 when my mom died. Cancer took her in 8 months. My dad remarried 2 years later to a woman named Diane, who had 2 kids from her first marriage. Tyler was 16, Brooke was 13. They moved into our house like they'd always lived there. My mom's photos came down within a month. Diane said they made her uncomfortable. My dad said nothing. I learned quickly that I was now the outsider in my own home. Tyler got my mom's old office as a gaming room. Brooke took over the basement where I used to hang out with friends. I got moved to the smallest bedroom upstairs, the one with no closet. It's temporary, Dad said. It wasn't. Diane's kids didn't work, didn't help around the house, didn't do anything except take. Tyler dropped out of community college twice. Brooke never even tried. They ate food I bought with my part-time job money. They used my things without asking. When I complained, Diane would sigh and say I was being difficult. My dad would tell me to keep the peace. I kept my head down and counted the days until I could leave. What none of them knew was that my grandparents had a plan. My mom's parents never liked Diane. They saw what was happening to me. They saw how my dad had changed. 2 months before my grandmother died, she called me to her house alone. This house belongs to your grandfather and me. When we're gone, it goes to you, not your father. You. Our lawyer has everything arranged. I didn't understand. Grandma, I'm only 17. The trust activates when you turn 21. Until then, your father can live here as a tenant, but the deed is in your name. Don't tell anyone, especially not Diane. She made me promise. I kept that promise. My grandparents died 6 months apart. My grandfather went first, then my grandmother followed like she couldn't bear to be without him. At the funeral, Diane complained about the food. Dad didn't correct her. Their will was read privately to me by their lawyer. Everything was exactly as Grandma said. The house, worth $1.2 million, was mine, held in trust until I turned 21. My father was listed as a tenant with the right to live there rent-free until I took ownership. After that, it was my decision. I was 19. I had 2 years to wait. I moved out at 18, got an apartment with 2 roommates and worked full-time while taking night classes. Diane threw a small party when I left. I heard about it from a neighbor. For 2 years, I watched from a distance. Dad never called. Diane posted on social media about renovations she was making to her house. Tyler crashed a car and they used money from my grandparents' estate to buy him a new one. Brooke got her own bathroom remodeled. They lived like kings in a house they thought was theirs. The week I turned 21, I met with the estate lawyer. We filed the paperwork. The trust transferred fully to me. I was now the legal owner of the house where my stepfamily lived. I didn't tell them. Instead, I waited 3 more months. I wanted to see what they would do. On a Sunday afternoon, Diane called me for the first time in 2 years. Your father and I have been talking. We think it's time you contributed to this family. Contributed how? You're an adult now with a job. We want you to pay $800 a month in rent. Rent for what? For your old room. Tyler wants to convert the garage into an apartment, but we need extra income. You can move back in and pay rent like a responsible adult. I almost laughed. You want me to pay rent to live in the smallest bedroom of my own house? Excuse me? Check the deed, Diane. I hung up. The next call came from my father 3 hours later. What did you say to Diane? The truth. That house belonged to Grandma and Grandpa. They left it to me, not you. The deed transferred to my name 3 months ago. Silence. That's not possible. They would have told me. They didn't trust you. They watched you let Diane erase Mom from that house. They watched you choose her kids over yours. So they made sure the one thing they could protect would go to me. Son, we need to talk about this. No, we don't. I'm giving you 60 days to vacate. More notice than I'm legally required to give. The eviction notice was delivered the next day. Diane called 17 times. Tyler threatened me. Dad showed up begging. Where are we supposed to go? You had a free house for years. You spent money on Tyler's cars and Brooke's bathroom. That was your choice. I'm your father. You were. Then you let them take my mother's photos down and put me in a closet. You made your family. I wasn't in it. They fought the eviction. They lost. 63 days later, the sheriff supervised their removal. Diane screamed at me. Tyler threw a box at my car. Dad just looked old. I moved in the next week. Put my mom's photos back up. Every single one. Turned Tyler's gaming room back into her office. Threw out every piece of furniture Diane bought. Then I sat in my grandmother's favorite chair and called my mom's sister. It's done, Aunt Linda. I'm home.